All right, hey, it's Mike here with MakeOnce.com, and in this video I'm going to share with you how I sign up 5 to 7 clients a week using organic content, automation, and retargeting. Now, what I'm about to share with you is exactly what I use, and we've been using it for years. I used it in a small niche. I've used it in about 60 different industries, so it doesn't quite matter what it is that you're selling. This process will work. This process has made millions of dollars, hundreds of millions if you take probably into billions if you look at all the different people in the industries that have used it. And what I love about this the most is that it's just really science and math driven. So it makes it predictable, it makes it consistent, and it's something that you can build out and it can be running for you in the background while you're operating and building the business, working on other different pieces of the business, knowing that your marketing, your attraction, and your conversion is being handled. Now, if at any time, I'm just going to tell you this up front so you don't have to wait for me to go through this training, because you might be ready to get on a call with us right now. So at any time you can go below this video and press Let's Talk, and you can fill out a it's a strategy session form. So you can schedule a call with me. You'll talk to either me or somebody on the team, most likely me, and we'll go over your business, where you're at, where you want to be. We'll create a perfect game plan for you to see which part of this machine are you missing. And I can tell you right now that what I'm about to share with you absolutely does work. This is something that I've done in so many different industries. It works really, really well if you're an expert coach, consultant, if you teach things. That's primarily what I use it for. You know, we sell a course, we have a mastermind group. We've been doing this for many, many years with hundreds and hundreds of clients all over the world. And it's just what we use it for primarily. But I've seen people sell liquor store stuff, cases of wine. I've seen people sell chiropractic services. I've seen people sell just about anything that you want to sell. Furniture. I've seen high-end flooring. I've seen auctions, cars, antiques. I've seen so many different like oddball things, small markets, big markets. This thing works. So at any time, if you want, down below, you can schedule a call and I'll get on and I'll just go over a game plan with you, and we'll talk about what your goal is, and you'll get clarity and strategy on that call. And if you want me to share with you what it is that we do to actually help you do this and get this in place much faster, much easier, and actually have somebody there to hold your hand through the whole entire process. If you want to know what it's like to work with us and what that takes, I'll be glad to answer that on that call. It is not a sales call. It is literally us connecting to see, you know, will this work for you? Is this something that you can actually execute? Will you be able to do the different things that need to be done in order to make it happen? That way you know, at least in your mind, if it's something that you want to embark on. What I do love about this though is that it is automated. It follows people around. It keeps you in front of them. It is an absolute killer follow-up system. And even more, I love how you can use organic content on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook to drive really powerful, high value, high targeted content to a machine that turns them into leads and then educates them on the exact way that you solve their problem. Because that's what we do in business, right? And you don't have to worry about, is somebody following up properly? You know, this thing, what's neat about it is using the advances in video and just the different technology that we have that's very simple and easy to use now by most people. It allows you to know that you've got your message going hyper-focused to the right person, that you're building a list of people that are your actual ideal clients, and that you've got email follow-up, you've got retargeting going on and following up. You've also got a system where it continues to go and get them to schedule, but here's what's really magical about this system. It learns very quickly when somebody lands on this page, meaning they became a lead, or when somebody lands on this page, meaning they signed up or set an appointment, and the machine down here, the emails, it will then go and respond in coordination with that. So what am I getting at? The point I'm getting at is this. I had just spoke with a guy. He said, I feel kind of silly when my emails go out because I'm not doing the proper automation sequencing and I don't have it set up properly. And because my retargeting ads don't know when somebody does something, it's kind of silly because my message will go to them and it's like I'm saying the same thing to somebody, and he goes, they'll call me and be like, I don't know why you keep telling me to sign up. We've already signed up. And he goes, I look kind of silly to my customers. So if that's something that you don't want to have happening, and you want a system running in the background that can consistently and predictably show you down to the dollar a day when you're going to have a new client signing up or customer, etc. If you want something that you know is going to be able to communicate your message to the marketplace in a way that is just crystal clear to them, and you want, I mean, think about this right now. This video is not live, right? But it's working just fine. And I want you to think about that, because right down here, I can remember in the sequence down here, the automation sequence that follows up, Brennan Burchard, we went out to Experts Academy out in California, and we were there in the room, and he says, I can always tell when a business is going to be successful. Now, Brennan does around 100 million a year the last time I heard in revenue, which is quite a dang bit. He does, information, coaching, Experts Academy is what it's called. And we went there, and, just validating, if you haven't heard of Brennan Burchard, he's a big name in the industry of business and marketing and things like that, coaching, high performance. And he said, I can always tell if a business if it's gonna be a good business or if they're failing, or how much revenue they're actually making by the amount of actual follow-up that they have in their sequence. He goes, I have over 192 weeks that when somebody jumps into my system, when they opt in and become a lead into my system, he goes, I have 192 weeks of follow-up automated emails that are going out to them, telling them how we solve their problem, and showing them and helping them understand what it is that we do, why we do it, the whole 9 yards. And he goes, it's just always, I've got somebody coming in and somebody signing up, coming in and signing up. And this is happening in the background, which gives him the freedom, flexibility, and the mind share, because he doesn't have to worry about that stuff because he pre-built it and it's automated. He can then focus on operating the business, growing different aspects of the business and getting it to explode. And that's how we've been able to get to 7 figures doing the exact same thing using a very simple system. So I want to share that with you and kind of just take you through this process of what that looks like. But again, at any time down below, you can schedule that free call. We'll jump on and I'll just talk with you, ask you questions about your current situation, your desired situation, where you're trying to go, what any blocks are getting in the way of you getting there. And then I'll give you crystal clear strategy on what it's going to take, what you should be doing. And then, as I said, if you want us to share with you what it means to work with us and how we help you do the same thing, then you can surely ask us that. And only if you ask us will we share that with you, because I don't want that call to be some kind of grimy sales call. I want you to walk away going, wow, this is one of the best calls I've ever done in my life. This is really helpful for my business, and I know exactly what I need to do now, okay? So let's go ahead and jump into this. You've really got 2 things outside of the delivery of the actual solution that you're providing. So whatever it is that you actually do to supply the solution to somebody, that would be on the delivery side, okay? But as far as the attraction and conversion side, this works. This has been something that, and frankly, it just keeps getting better and better as the tools and technology increases, right? And what's even better is the tools and technology are allowing it to actually be easier for just the common person that doesn't have any tech ability. They can now do this, and they can do it confidently, because the big thing that we need to focus on with this type of deal here is, just like the guy I just spoke with, he's like, I got 20 plus funnels, I've got all these different things. You need one funnel right now. Yeah, but I sell a lot of stuff. Let's get one working properly, then we can clone and duplicate and we can spread that out, but let's get one working. The analogy I like to do all the time with this is like, let's get one rifle sighted in on that target, and let's, keep firing and practicing and testing until you've got that bullet and rifle going into that bullseye consistently, and you can confidently do that. Once you do that, now let's grab a different rifle, operate the same kind of principles, operate the same kind of operations where we've gotten the other one to do it, and then you can have somebody sitting there using those while you're operating back here. So here's what we've got. A simple 4-page funnel. You can replace this page here with either an order form, or I like to just get on Zoom with somebody or get on a call with somebody, because we'll close at 20 to 60% using our 12-part script right here. But if you have somebody just going there and ordering something, you're looking at like 2 to 7% if you are an absolute ace. So it's just lower conversion rate. You can get that set up and operating really well once you understand what it is that you're actually going to be communicating. But in the beginning, I really strongly suggest using Calendly right here. We use ClickFunnels for this here. And then we use ActiveCampaign down here for these automations. Now, you can go down below and grab my automation sequence. You can also grab my funnel. I've went ahead and just given that to you down below so that you can use that and start building this thing right away and using it. And then we use Calendly for the form. Now, here's how we do the retargeting. So what we do is we create content in these 4 sectors. This is how we come up with content, because when you create content this way, you're gonna get really good natural content where you're really exposing the people with the actual stuff that you do to help them, okay? And when you do it this way, it's also very natural. You become the content, which is what it should be anyway. It saves you time. You can batch this out, and I call this the flywheel matrix, because every time you create a long piece of YouTube content, you can cut it up and turn it into YouTube Shorts, TikToks, Instagram Reels. You can post it on Facebook. You can use that long form and slice it up into YouTube ads and retargeting. And then with the Google display retargeting, I just take anything out of these long form videos, videos that are similar to this one, where they're maybe 10 minutes long, 20 minutes long, an hour long, something like that. And then what we'll do is we'll look at the graph, okay? And by graph, you'll look at a video, and when you look at it, there's always gonna be a place where it starts out and then it drops right away. You'll notice this. If you go look at any of your videos, statistically, it just always does this. And then it'll start doing this, and you'll have like a high point, maybe another high point like this, and then it kind of trails off like that, okay? This is really normal. You'll see this. Go look at your YouTube videos right now. But what I'm getting at is this. When I first started doing Google display retargeting, I didn't really know what kind of pictures to use. I was trying to do all this stuff, which I just needed to keep it simple, and I needed to just look at nature and let nature tell me what to actually use as my ad images and just my retargeting and all that stuff. So what I do is on this page, I tag this page and I tag this page. This tag tells my ads over at YouTube and Facebook and Google Ads, Google display retargeting. It says, hey, this person opted in, gave us their email, got onto the email list, and landed on this page here, this is a sales video. It's similar to the video you're watching right now, okay? When that tag fires, okay, because we pixel this entire thing, when that tag fires, it tells the ads over here in the retargeting, hey, stop telling them to go opt in because they did that already. Okay, once that happens, they go into this email list, and the thing that I'm offering them here is typically a training, just like I'm doing right now. See, in my process, people want to always know, what is the funnel? What are the ads? What is the retargeting? How does that work? I give that to them and I provide that to them, and then they go, oh, that's really great. I want to do that now. They go try it, and they have struggled doing that because they've never done it before, which is completely normal, but that's why we exist. We solve that problem. We help businesses get to 7 figures using online marketing and creating their business using an online presence and online space, okay? So it's get attraction online where everyone is, where you are right now, and then put them into a process that can follow up with them perfectly. And then what I use this video part for right here, anywhere I've seen people really paying attention, so you'll see either people replaying a lot or it'll spike up where the attention got strong. I stop the video right there. Okay, so I would just stop it right here. Whatever's on the video screen, I just use that image as my retargeting ad image, because that's the image that they're likely to remember, because that's where it showed in the video organically. It's telling us, hey, this is where people really paid attention. So it's kind of like when you go look at a pair of red shoes, or you go look at anything, right? If I were to go look at this little thing of Mars that my son got me because I'm into space and stuff like that, if I went and looked at that on Amazon, that thing would follow me around, keep reminding me to buy it until I bought it. Well, that's the same thing here. If you do a video like a sales video here, or any of your content stuff, if you start seeing like certain aspects where they keep watching it, which this is the thing that people keep watching for me, I use that picture just like the Amazon would use this to follow me around, because this is what I was looking at. They're like, oh, he wants one of these, he likes these, let's keep showing it to him and tell him, click here to buy it. So what we do is we do that same thing. We take that video, we find the high point where everybody kind of piles up and shows interest. We take that image, we create our display retargeting, our Facebook ads, and we can use that in emails and in this follow-up sequence here because they'll remember that. Okay, so that's a little trick I just wanted to share with you. But let me say this now. When they come into this funnel, it builds our email list. HubSpot's already said for every $1 spent on email marketing right now, you can go Google this, $36 ROI on average if you're doing email correctly. So anytime that you can stick $1 in something and on average kick back $36 ROI, that is really damn good. Okay, so you want to take advantage of that and, really play with email, really get your message out there with email. Here's how we do it. We give away a free training or we give away something that they really, really want. We want 10 to 20% of the traffic that hits this page to convert into email list subscribers, okay? Meaning they opted in to see this training on the next page. This training video, the first part of this video, you kind of want to think about it. There's a way to build this video, and that's what we tell and teach our clients and show them how to build that video so it converts really well. It typically converts at 3 to 5%, meaning 3 to 5% of the people that watch that video will convert into a call that you can get on, and then 20 to 60% if you're following a good, well-rounded script like we've got here. It's a simple script. You will convert 20 to 60% of those appointments. It's just the math. We've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars testing funnels of all kinds, and it's just the math. It really works. And when you have those numbers and these benchmarks, it really helps you create predictability and consistency in the business, okay? So here's what happens. In the first 7 days, we send out 10 emails. In the first 3 days, we send out 2 emails a day. So 2, 4, 6. And then in the remaining 4 days, we send out email, 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 email. All these emails are going back to this page telling them, hey, go watch the video, go watch the training. And that video, it basically train, make an offer at the end here for them to schedule a call. I like to add the offer all throughout here because some people that, are busy and building things and doing things, they don't got time to get through all this. So that's why I like to, in the beginning, hey, this is what we're doing if you want to do it. And if you want to keep watching this, great. The likelihood of you coming back and watching this again is likely. So I know that I can just drop those offers, these call to actions throughout the video here. And in this video, what I'm doing is I'm training them. I'm showing them what we actually do, how we do it, why it works, and make sense of the offer and everything like that so that they can say, I want to do that, or that looks like something I need. That's what I'm doing with this video. This 10 email in 7-day sequence, it's just hitting the iron while it's hot. There's no fancy copywriting. There's no nothing. It's saying, hey, I noticed you went and watched this video, but you didn't schedule a call with us yet. You should go do that. Hey, I don't know how much longer this offer is going to be available because after we get so many customers, we can't take any more in a certain time period and you might miss out on that. You should go schedule the call and get on. Okay? It's always some sort of deadline, whether limited bonus, limited seats, limited time offer, limited availability, whatever it is, you need to, if rent wasn't due, you wouldn't pay it. Okay? So you have to have some kind of countdown, give viable reason, real reason why they need to get going on it. And it's telling them to either go back and watch the video, which they can click and go here, schedule a call, or it'll point right to the calendar and tell them to go call. After this 7 days, then what I want to do is tag them inside the automated system. And when that tag gets applied to them that says, hey, they opted in, they watched the video, but they didn't schedule a call or they didn't buy yet. When that tag gets applied, that tag acts as a trigger that activates another one of these automation sequences where I literally take them through the entire process of what it is that we do over a course of maybe it's 2-3 months. And I'm sending out an email every day or every other day saying, hey, here's a free training. Hey, here's exactly what we do. Hey, here's what this is, so that they can go, gosh dang it, that's good. That's what I do need. Because many times we need that exposure. We need that time to adjust and understand what's going on before we can make a real buying decision. It's just human nature. So we have automations in place doing that. The reason the automations make sense is because it's an ongoing conversation, simply because the emails have tags on each of these pages as well, and it's connected with Calendly, which is why we use ActiveCampaign, because they integrate together. And it tells them if they scheduled or not. It tells them if they purchased or not. So the emails can, in between each of the emails, it's asking, hey, did this person that we're about to send an email to, did they purchase? Did they sign up? Did they schedule a call? If they didn't, send another email educating them, entertaining them, showing them what it is that we actually do to help them and give them the solution. And then in all of those interactivities or those connections with that type of organic content, it always is making a call to action to schedule a call, and we always give them an opportunity to do that, okay? If they did buy or they did schedule, it tells the automation, and it doesn't send that email, it sends another email out reminding them to get on the call. The actual calendar content stuff at Calendly is also texting them and reminding them via email to get on that call. When you have those things, so think about this now, okay? You talk about follow-up, fortune's in the follow-up. Nobody could beat this follow-up, because this thing knows where they're at in their timeline, their journey, their sequence of becoming a customer with you. So it's not sending out incorrect messaging. Nobody likes to be called, anything like that. But people will respond to video that they can control and watch when it's suitable for them. And when you have enough inlet coming, your pipeline is always full. And every 7 days, we're signing up new clients. We sign up 5 to 7 clients per week, every week, like clockwork, because of this. When I did not have the automation sequence and the retargeting, I would still get clients, but it was very wishy-washy and it wasn't predictable. And I was like, what the frickin' crap? Everybody else is somehow crushing it. What am I doing wrong? I go and I meet up with Frank Kern, go to his masterminds and Brenna Burchard's, and then, you know, we're going and meeting up with all these different gurus and these people and Grant Cardone and 10X events and going to ClickFunnels and all this stuff, all this stuff, right? And it finally clicked for me with the automations and the retargeting and it all synchronizing together. All of a sudden it was like, boom, we went from 30 grand months to $150,000 months and on and we go, right? All because I wasn't doing enough follow-up. I wasn't doing enough volume in the follow-up. Here's what happens. When they go through this thing, you're basically taking them on the journey. So after they go through this, you know, this immediate 10 emails trying to hit the iron while it's hot, hey, go schedule. Afterwards, because I have a 9-step sequence in my process is 9 steps. When I help somebody set up their ads, set up their offer, create their VSL video, put this funnel together, create their automations, get their retargeting in place, showing them how to create content. That's my little 9-step process. After they go through these 10 emails, forever and ever and always, I'm sending out videos explaining each one of these steps. And when I explain the step, I say, now, this is just one of the steps out of the whole 9 that there are that you need to complete. Oh, okay, cool. Hey, tomorrow I'm gonna show you another video exactly how this works. I keep doing that and they keep getting educated, and eventually they're like, oh, wow, this is cool. Now, here's the kicker. As I'm doing this, I'm giving away the secrets. If you don't give away your best stuff, if you're not training them on the best stuff, here's what happens. If they see something that's not awesome, if they see that you're not showing them the absolute best way, which is this is the best way that I've ever found to do this. I mean, I frankly think it is the best way to do marketing and sales. It's automated. But anyhow, if you're not always showing them your best stuff and giving away your best things, why would you not want to do that? Because think about it. If they interact with you and it sucks, they're going to think you suck. They're going to relate to you and your brand that you suck. So if you always give away your best stuff, they're always going to go, God, every time I see that person, every time I hear from them, it's always awesome. It's so helpful. Gosh, I mean, isn't that what you want your business to be reminded of? To the customer? Of course. So you give away your very best stuff. They go, gosh, if this is the free stuff, what in the hell is the paid stuff like, right? And you can do this. I don't care what you sell. You could sell piles of sand, rocks, tennis shoes, hats, consulting, slippers, bottles of water. It does not matter. You are using this as a vessel to communicate your message, your solution to the client. And if you just take them on that journey that they would have to go, where they go from where they're not happy, they don't have the solution, to they're happy, they have the solution, take them through that journey through your automation, driving them back to a single funnel. That way you can track the numbers. That way you can see what's going on in a predictable manner. Just like if I were to take this marker and let's say I had a bucket of golf balls here and I just stood here and I kept throwing them, you'd find them out in an average area. Just like this, if we keep throwing traffic at this thing, you start to see these averages that now you can dial up, dial down. Because in any of this process here, the beautiful thing is there's only 4 things that you have to really change in this whole deal. If you ever want to, if the landing page isn't if people aren't opting in, there's only 4 knobs that you can twist. Knob number 1 is what's the offer that you're making, okay? The second knob is who are you showing it to? Who's the audience that you're showing it to? Number 3, what does it look like? What kind of pictures do you have on here? When they go over here from your YouTube stuff, your YouTube shorts, TikToks, Instagram reels, and they get over to this page, do they feel like they're in a completely new place, or does it look and feel the same? And then number 3 is your message. Number 4 is your message. What are you saying on it? What's the copy? What's the actual thing you're saying? So people always ask, what's the difference between what you're saying and the offer? The offer is the actual thing that you're giving them or doing with them or supplying or whatever it is that actually is the solution. What you're saying or the copy or the message is how you're describing the offer and what it can do and how it can help them. That's the difference. But these are the only 4 things you can change, and then you change one at a time. Typically it's what it says in the offer. Understanding that you've got the right audience coming, that you're talking to the right audience. You're changing one of these things and you're running another 100 people to it. Run another 100 people to it and then test it. Is it hitting 10 to 20%? Is the video, let's say they're opting in, you're doing this, but you're not getting 3 to 5% of them to convert and turn into an appointment. Well, the video's wrong. Something's wrong with the video, or something's wrong with the follow-up sequence down here. Okay, let's say that that's doing that, but you're not closing 20 to 60% on the phone. Well, let's adjust the offer. Let's adjust what you're saying in this thing in your 12-part script, and that's how you slowly convert this to a winning process. It starts out kind of crunchy and sloppy, and then it refines itself and it gets filtered down and it gets crystal clear and it works like a damn conveyor belt. It really does. That's no hype, okay? Now, here's the best way to create content. Have somebody interview you, asking you about how did you come up with this? How did you create this solution? Why did you create this solution? Why do you do it the way you do it? What is it that you do? Why do you do what you do, and why does it work that way? That's the interview. Have somebody interview you. The other way, document your training or whatever it is that you're doing. If you're an expert, document you being an expert, okay? Document you coaching people, or document you building things, or whatever it is that you do, or whatever your product does, document that process of you doing that, building it, creating it, selling it, whatever it is. You can answer questions. Go get all the frequently asked questions you've ever had over the years, or that people ask you online or through email or wherever they're sending you questions, or go to other videos that are already on the internet where people are kind of talking about the same thing that you talk about. Go down in the comments and find the questions. I use vidIQ for this. It works extremely well. Instantly you can find questions that you can answer, and you can jump on and answer questions, or you can demonstrate the solution, which is similar to what I'm doing here. You just demonstrate the actual solution, okay? That is the thing that I find works really well, because it's like, why don't we just demonstrate how this thing actually works so they can sit there and go, that makes sense to me. I can see how that works. I want to get one of those going in my business, or whatever it is, right? Whatever you sell. So the other numbers that we found out were this, all right? No matter what it was, it always come down to, give or take plus or minus a couple. Only about 2% of the people that we send from these traffic sources over to this funnel, only 2% on their first experience with this, their first exposure, would actually convert into a sale, okay? All right, we found that 30%, no matter what we said, no matter what we did, no matter anything, they just were never gonna buy from us. That's just the way it was. Then we found that 68% through proper retargeting would then buy our thing. So I was like, holy F and F and F, 68% is a lot of crap to leave on the table. Imagine if you had 68% more profit coming into your business because you created a 52 week or whatever it was, you put in that work to create that awesome follow-up sequence where it just took them across that journey, and you knew that thing was just running like a machine, automated in the background. All you had to do is keep dumping traffic into it, targeted traffic into it, and create organic content. Because when you create this organic content, number one, it's the best kind of lead ever. They're listening to you, they're watching you online, they're discovering you and finding you. And that content, by the way, anytime somebody watches my YouTube videos, my TikToks, my Instagrams, my Facebooks, whatever, because I've pixeled all this stuff, and because I'm running ads to anybody that has watched my videos, or anybody that's, similar to the people that's watched my videos, or similar to the people that's landed on this page, everything that I create organically is educating my pixel in my machine, so my ads know to go find those people. And it's like, imagine you have a drug dog. You're at an airport, you're an officer with a drug dog, and you hold a bag of cocaine in front of the dog, and you're like, hey, go find any bag out there in the airport that has this cocaine smell stuff in it. That's kind of how the algorithm works. You tell it what to go find. You tell it, hey, anybody that's into this kind of stuff, anybody that's doing this stuff, go show my ads to more people like that. So that's kind of how the algorithm works. It's kind of like a drug dog. You tell it what to go find, what to go look for, and it will go do that. That's what it does. The problem with a lot of businesses out there is they're telling it too many things, and so it just sits there confused and does nothing. Or they go, well, I'm posting organically, but it's not working. Yeah, you're just probably confusing the audience and what you're talking about. You're not talking about your thing enough. You're not showing the mastery and the consistency and the work that you need to be doing to where the machine can go, okay, I get this. I get what's going on. You're not doing enough volume, okay? This video, I have shot this video over the years hundreds of times. And every time I reshoot it, I say it a little different. I have a little bit different analogy, or maybe I'm in a different perspective in my own life, and so it's connecting with somebody else. And every single time I shoot it, every time I put it out there, I get new sales and new business because they're going, oh, I finally get it. Oh, you said that one analogy that made sense to me. It'll do the same thing for you. You guys just are not creating enough sales videos over and over again. You're not creating that same ad over and over again until you get that clarity. Okay, this was a huge aha moment we had, but this is what's so great. When you do this, you do the interview style, document your training, answer questions, demonstrate. It's so natural that you're not putting on anything. And then the content itself, when you create a 2-hour interview, you can cut it up into all these things and create all these things. It can go into your emails. It's beautiful. It's like a flywheel. It just speeds up and feeds itself, speeds up and feeds itself. This thing's out there working. Because you tag the important pages when they do the thing you want them to do, that's what the retargeting does. You'll run cold marketing ads to this, people that have never seen you before. They come here, you know what they want, so you offer what they want, not what they need, but what they want. They get it on the next page, you blow their mind with information, you give away the secrets, okay? And then you tell the machine, hey Facebook, hey YouTube, hey Google, hey TikTok, hey Instagram, if somebody goes to this page and opts in and goes to this page, stop showing them my ads that are telling them to go do that, because they did that. So now I can just email them, and it's automated. It goes out without me. It's automated, and I can just talk to them and message them without having to spend more money on ads. So my ads get cheaper, right? That I'm saving money on ads. I'm getting more efficient there. Then I say, hey, Facebook, hey, Instagram, all these places over here, I'm running ads. I say, hey, if somebody made it to this page, but not this page, when they get back on any of these platforms, or if you're using Google Display, which is why we use it, it'll show up on all websites. I want you to go ahead and show them an ad that says, hey, I noticed you came over, opted in to see this video, but you didn't schedule a call, or you didn't buy X. You should go do that. And it sends them right back to this schedule page or right back to the video page. I don't make them opt in again because I already have them opted in, but I still want to show up in all these places in just showing up to them saying, hey, I noticed that you did this, but you didn't get it. I get it. Life happens. Things get in the way. Whatever. Click here and go do it. They just need to be reminded many times. That's just really what it is. It's not that they didn't want it. It wasn't that it was not good or anything. They're just not being reminded to go do it because they have all these other distractions. They have all this other stuff happening in their life. So we have to remind them, okay? Then it's the same thing happening down here in the automations, but here's the other thing. I'm also saying, hey, maybe they scheduled the call, but when I got on the call, they didn't buy. I tell the machine and the ads, hey, I noticed that we jumped on a call and you didn't sign up yet. I don't know what it was. I'm not sure exactly what you did or didn't do, but maybe you should reschedule that call. Maybe you should jump on, maybe you should go buy that thing. Maybe you should reconsider. So you have that thing, you have that happening all the time. You're dumping new people into this all the time. All the people that are watching this organic content, it's educating your pixels and your machine, showing it to go make the ads better so they operate smoother, more efficiently. You're telling it to stop doing things and stop sending out message when they do the thing that they need to do, so you look like you've got your stuff together. And so when you're retargeting, when you're communicating, it's on the dot. Like, wow, they knew that I scheduled. Wow, they knew that I did this. Now they're educating me on this. You have this automation going. Even if they buy stuff, I'm still ascending people up the ladder. Hey, maybe you should join our mastermind. Hey, maybe you should get some one-on-one personal coaching. Hey, maybe you should buy our online course. Hey, maybe you should get this, or hey, I've got a friend doing this. And you're constantly bringing in and ascending people and affiliating and doing deals, and all because you have an automated system. You understand your client. You've got one simple funnel that you can monitor. People can run it for you. And then each week, this is my favorite way to do it in the beginning. And frankly, it's just a good way to do it, period. Every single day, just like you brush your teeth, you put your clothes on, you should have a place set up somewhere in your business where you've always just got a video, where you can jump in front of a video and just talk about one of those things in your journey of taking your client, whatever it is that you do, when you take them from sad to happy and you take them across your process, whatever that thing is, every day you should come in and just shoot a video on this, and then you tack it to the back of your automation sequence, okay? And you just keep doing that until you've got several years of follow-up. Think about that. Think about if somebody came into your funnel here and you knew for years until they purchased, you were going to follow them up with the correct message at the correct time, and it was happening 24/7, 365 in the background. You know what that does? That gives you extreme clarity. It gives you extreme mind share and ability to operate a business, grow a business, get other deals going, do whatever you want to do, because you don't have to worry about following up, or you don't have to worry about somebody not showing up and following up or doing the thing or being in a bad mood or whatever. You, the person that can sell the business the best because you started the business, have yourself pre-populated so you can be in 1,000 different phones at one time, educating your marketplace and explaining the solution to them, having that go out all the time, reminding them of why you matter. Think about how powerful that is, and think about how easy we can do that today. So when we get with our clients, again, you can go right below this video, click Let's Talk. It's not a sales pitch. You'll actually enjoy it. It'll be a fun call for the both of us. You'll leave that call with tons of value. You'll have clarity, you'll have direction, you'll have a game plan. And like I said, if you want to know how we can help you and what that all entails, and to see if you qualify or if we can actually help you, we'll be honest about everything and we'll show you everything. Just ask during that call. You'll be able to do that. Otherwise, it's just all about you and getting you into a good direction and what you need to do. But what I want you to understand is, when you get on that call, when you do that stuff, when you create this thing, when you have this going, okay, understand that this is happening all the time for you. It's constantly just working for you in the background, and this gives you freedom to think. It gives you freedom to operate and think. It gives you the ability to change things that aren't working, and you have control over your flow, and then you can really dial these things in here. You start out with like $5-10 a day. We see how it's operating, because here's the thing. If we give the platform just a little bit of money, it'll go work really, really hard for us. I'm talking about these ad platforms over here. It'll go work really hard for us because it knows that if we get results back spending a little bit of money, what are we going to do naturally? Spend more money. I see a lot of people that go out there and they're dropping 20, 30, $50 a day when they're starting, and they're just being loose and flagrant with it. Here's the problem. The machine's like, we're getting what we need out of it. And you don't get these results back, and you go, oh crap, I lost a bunch of money on that. It's not working. You can start small, test a bunch of angles, test a bunch of hooks, test a bunch of stuff. When you find what's working, then scale it up slowly until you get to that point where it's flowing. You're tracking these pieces right here. You know, I've tried a lot of different tracking softwares. I've tried stuff that's $3,000 a month to track and more, and all these different things. And I'll tell you what I found it works the absolute best, I'll be honest, is just a good old-fashioned Google Sheet, where I wake up, I put in how much money we spent, the results that we got back, there's a few columns, and within seconds, I know, literally within a minute, I know exactly what it costs to get a new student and in what time period. And there's no fuzziness, there's no weirdness. It's just black and white math on the paper, and I can have anybody operating and running that for me once it's all set up and going, and I can always clone this and duplicate it for different products and services. It's freaking awesome, okay? And that's what all these, myself and all these other experts and stuff that are out there that do this kind of thing are raving about and so excited about. Some know more about it than others. Some are better at articulating it than others. Some have made it simpler than others, but at the end of the day, you need one funnel, one core message. You need to operate and sell the best thing that you have until you've got that down pat, and then you can, you know, clone and mimic this into other things. You need to have email follow-up going on. You need to have these systems over here in the attraction phases, putting out content so people can find you. People know you're out there doing the thing, and you're able to multiply yourself out there tons and tons of times for the work that you did one time. It's exponential, it's awesome. Just like this video right now is not live, but it's doing a hell of a good job of getting my point across to my ideal client, just like you can do with yours. So if you want us to jump on the phone with you, go through and see where you're missing or what you could adjust or what you could change or what the messaging is or what you should offer here to make this all work, go below, schedule that call. I cannot wait to talk to you. Or if you've figured out what needs to happen in your own world and how you can make this happen, please put it in place right away and keep recreating the same video until you've got it nailed down pat, and really communicate to that one person, just like I'm doing that with you right now. I'm not talking to crowds of people, I'm talking to you. And that's what we really have to get better at when we're doing our videos, is just talking to the power of that one person that would be watching, okay? Just think about the power of just focusing on your best customer, that one customer, and talking to them and connecting with them, that one person. Because remember, there could be thousands of people watching this video right now, and I'm just talking to that one person that's watching it. So that's a little help on what you could do. And then when you do this type of stuff over here, when somebody's interviewing you, it's amazing because it's like a podcast, right? You eavesdrop on two people talking and you go, oh shit, that's a great idea. I didn't even think about that. That's what goes on over here, which then becomes your ads, your follow-ups. It's all just, okay? So, all right, I hope this helped. I hope you got a lot of value out of this. If you have questions, hit that Let's Talk button below this, and I can't wait to speak with you.